Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the McDonald's Irish FA Grassroots Football Awards 2020. I'm Pete Snodden. I can't see you wherever you are watching this evening, but I know you're there, and I hope you're safe and I hope you're well. These are difficult times, and ordinarily I'll be seeing you at Belfast City Hall or at the Guildhall. But this year, as with lots of things in our lives, we're doing it slightly differently. My heart goes out to each and every one of you who works in football right across Northern Ireland, because you can't get on and do what it is that you do, particularly at grassroots level. And with people of all skills, all abilities, it's difficult to continue that good work. And I know amongst the clubs, you've been doing your Zoom meetings and you've been keeping up that connection in a digital space. And that's what we're doing with you this evening, our connection through this, and to celebrate the great work that you have all done and continue to do in the background, albeit not together. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be back on the football pitch very, very soon. So tonight is slightly different. We're not in person, but we are all together, and we're here to celebrate all the good work that you do. We are celebrating volunteers from right across Northern Ireland who continue to support their community throughout the year. We have, of course, lots of special guests this evening, and we have our award winners and our nominees. But every single person who's watching this evening involved in football, thank you once again for all your hard work and your continued hard work, even in these most trying times. I mentioned special guests, and you will get to see and hear from them throughout the course of this evening. And we're going to start by welcoming our First Minister, Arlene Foster.
Congratulations to all the nominees for the 2020 McDonald's Irish FA Grassroots Football Awards. Whether you win an award or not, you are each very deserving of this well-earned recognition. Grassroots football is so important in the lives of thousands of children, young people and adults in communities right across Northern Ireland. And I just want to commend the tremendous work of McDonald's in bringing fun football to thousands of children here in Northern Ireland in partnership with the Irish Football Association. I'm hugely encouraged to note that through the McDonald's Fun Football programme, more than 75,000 children from right across the province will benefit from 250,000 hours of coaching, games and fun by 2022. Finally, particularly during this difficult time, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the volunteers in local clubs across Northern Ireland who so selflessly give of their time, talents, energy and enthusiasm week in and week out to encourage and inspire children and young people through football. I wish you all a very enjoyable virtual awards and every continued success in grassroots football going forward.
Now, through the McDonald's Fun Football programme, more than 75,000 children from across the province will benefit from 250,000 hours of coaching, games and fun by 2022. As I've said, congratulations to all the nominees. Whether you win an award or not, you're very deserving of this well-earned recognition. Thank you very much to all the McDonald's franchisees from right across Northern Ireland who give so much to football at grassroots level through their partnerships with the Irish FA and local clubs. And without further ado, on behalf of all the McDonald's franchisees, to say a few words, John McCollum.
On behalf of McDonald's restaurants in Northern Ireland, I'd like to welcome you all to our first and hopefully our last virtual awards ceremony. Pete's going to look after you this evening and hope everyone enjoys it. The grassroots football is so important. It's a partnership with the Irish Football Association. It's what we're about. It's our communities, it's our involvement, it's our 33 restaurants, our 7 franchisees, and we hope to support that for years to come. Well, grassroots football, or the fun football, is to get all boys and girls involved in football activity, out in the parks and keeping fit. It was a difficult year, however the volunteers, the clubs and the players themselves did an absolutely fantastic job despite COVID. We were really pleased to launch our new Fun Football initiative, which is aimed at bringing all children, kids into the football arena, 500,000 children, giving them 5 million hours of fun football and activity. For everybody involved in our fun football and grassroots football, congratulations, but certainly our nominees, brilliant, and obviously our winners. And I suppose in light of COVID, keep yourselves safe, keep your family safe and keep your football family safe.
Thank you very much, John, and to all the franchisees from right across Northern Ireland. OK, it is awards time, and we kick off the evening with our first award, which is the Fun Football Restaurant of the Year. Now, this award recognises the McDonald's restaurant in Northern Ireland that has gone above and beyond in 2020 in extremely challenging circumstances to provide crucial support and partnership to its local Grassroots football club. I'm pleased to announce that this year's Football Restaurant of the Year is Cookstown McDonald's. So many congratulations to David Walker and the entire Cookstown restaurant that has shown unwavering support to Mid-Ulster Ladies Football Club in the local community. Through its collaboration with McDonald's, Mid-Ulster Ladies has been able to continue providing opportunities to help young girls in the area to get involved in football. We caught up with the team at McDonald's in Cookstown, as well as a few key representatives from Mid-Ulster Ladies Football Club, and this is what they had to say.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity to build links in the local community, engaging with young people at an early age to give them a great start in football, and to be able to support that and give something back. It's fantastic. It's great to see young girls getting involved in the game where they weren't before, and they've done fantastic, and the success of the team, and in particular the coach Rachel, and being able to support that has been fantastic for us. It was a shock to get the email, so we couldn't believe it, and we rang Elaine straight away and thanked her, because it has to be an even partnership. It can't just be us driving it, so it has to be the likes of Elaine and the other club members like Rachel are so passionate, and they bring that passion in and they get us involved as well as us supporting them. So it's been a fantastic partnership, and to get this recognition has just been brilliant. We're over the moon.
The relationship with McDonald's just started a few months pre-COVID, so what we've actually achieved in a very, very short period of time has been exceptional. Obviously, in running any grassroots club, you need to be good at what you do on the pitch, but you also need to have a lot of support and good people off the pitch. McDonald's have been absolutely fabulous insofar as, we do get help there with coaching and coaching qualifications, for which we've been able to put a lot of people in the club through level ones, grassroots, and we're absolutely honoured and humbled in Mid-Ulster Ladies this year because one of our coaches, Rachel Rogers, has been awarded the McDonald's Regional Coach of the Year.
Got into coaching at quite a young age with Mid-Ulster Ladies, and just kept at it ever since with all the young age groups, and I've worked my way up to head of the development centre. It provides all the young girls in the community a chance to play football and go out and express themselves, meet new friends and have some fun. They've helped us massively, even the funding they've given us for putting coaches through their level 1 badges, grassroots badges. They've got us equipment. They sponsor our Little Dribblers programme, which really is for girls aged P1 to P3, so it's getting the girls in younger and younger, and they've really helped us develop that.
Once again, well done to everyone at McDonald's Cookstown. Now, I'd like to introduce Junior Minister Declan Kearney on behalf of Deputy First Minister Michelle O'Neill.
Thanks and congratulations to everybody across our society who's been involved in the promotion and development of soccer during the course of the last year. It's fantastic to see so many participants in the McDonald's Irish Football Association Grassroots Awards this year. I want to acknowledge all of the nominees, all of the participants. Especially want to note the large number of young women and young girls who have participated in soccer within our community and who have achieved such levels of excellence. It's great to see that there is also a project award for inclusivity, ensuring that sport and soccer, in fact, is for all and not just for some within our community. This has been a really tough year, but the IFA has been to the fore in demonstrating that sport is key and central in terms of how we maintain well-being within our society, even in the face of the challenges presented by COVID-19.
And now to our second award of the evening, and that's the Inclusivity Project of the Year. Now, this award celebrates an individual or club who has put inclusivity at the heart of the ethos of their club, and in particular, disability projects. And this year's nominees are, first up, Paul McCallion and Ryan Lagan from Draperstown Celtic Football Club. Danielle Hilton McElwain from Carrick Rangers and Grove Athletic DFC. Joe Kelly, Oxford Bulls Football Club. Gareth Ryan from East Belfast FC All-Stars. And the winner of the 2020 Inclusivity Project of the Year is Paul McCallion and Ryan Lagan of Draperstown Football Club. The smile tells it all. You both look very happy. Congratulations, gentlemen. First up, Paul, how do you feel?
Brilliant, ecstatic. It's hard to take in. We only found out on Friday we were nominated, so delighted.
Inclusivity is such a big thing to make everyone in your community and everyone associated with your football club feel part of the overall goal. Just tell us a wee bit about what you guys have been doing at your club, Ryan.
Well, from day one when I joined the club, Pete, and it has got stronger over the years, driven by the likes of Paul, our chairman, the philosophy has always been, if that was your child, how would you want them treated? So Paul and other coaches at the club like Peter are great advocates of every child gets equal time. If they're showing up to training, they're allowed their matches, they're allowed their time on the pitch. They're all part of the club, regardless of how good or bad they are. They're all kids and they're there to play football, to enjoy football.
You've so many different strands, Paul, in terms of how you coach and bring people together. Mental health awareness has been a big strategy in your football club.
It has, Pete, yeah. It started off a few years back. There's a local mental health charity called Steps. They do a great work. And we just started off doing a bit of fundraising for them. And it has since grown to, we proudly sponsor them on our shirts now. Their logo is there. We've taken part in the AFA Head of the Game, along with Tammy and Joe Doherty. And we have Fresh Minds Education. We've done Jan card training. Just whatever we can do to help. Especially during the pandemic. You never know what way people's mental health is, and we put up sort of motivational quotes every so often, which Ryan does in the social media, and we've got good feedback about that as well. So we'll just keep trying our best to help the community, help the members of the club.
Absolutely, and people of all levels and disability section as well, Ryan?
Yeah, we have a coach and a club medic who both have their disabilities, and I know it sounds like a bit of a cliche, but it's something we try to look past. There are two people who wanted to help at the club. The fact that they've got a disability is way down the line to us. They wanted to help, they wanted to volunteer their time, and who are we to turn anybody away that wants to be part of something in their own community? Now,
ordinarily we would be at City Hall in Belfast or a venue of that nature for these awards. We're doing it virtually, of course. The pandemic has hit everyone. Everyone's been affected by it in totally different ways. For the members of your club, how do you think they've been getting through this period of time? And the same for yourselves. I'm sure you're just champing at the bit to get back on the pitch.
It's really, really tough. I mean, we know from talking to parents on daily and weekly occasions that they're just telling us that their kids they're lost without football. They're lost without all the sports and clubs that they are involved in. And for us as coaches, probably the first 2 or 3 weeks last March, you were going, it's great to get a bit of a break, but that's long gone. We just want to get back to doing what we do, which is, helping kids to be happy and healthy kids.
Yeah, and Paul, as chairman, running a club in normal times is difficult enough. What's it like running a club during a pandemic?
It's quite interesting, Pete. It's quite interesting because although we can't do much on the field, there's still a lot off the field. We've been working with Steps. We've been part of the community, delivering groceries to elderly or vulnerable people that can't get out. So we're kept busy. We're always planning ahead, planning for when we get back, which hopefully won't be too long. So there's always something, but you have a Saturday off now, which, as Ryan says, was interesting at the start, but now you just want to get out and get the fresh air again with the kids.
Well, listen, congratulations on your award. I can see from the smiles on your faces it means a heck of a lot. Keep up the amazing work, and we look forward to seeing your club back on the pitch ASAP. Well done, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pete. Cheers.
Now, a Grassroots Football Awards would not be a Grassroots Football Awards without McDonald's ambassador and Northern Ireland legend, Mr. Pat Jennings. Evening, Pat.
How you doing, Pete?
I'm very well. It's great to see you. I wish I was seeing you in the flesh this evening, but, you know, as we are with everything, doing things virtually. How have you found this sort of past year or so and being stuck at home? And no golf for you, Pat? No golf?
Just never known another year like it. Unbelievable. You know, by now I've been into Ireland sometimes twice a week, 9 or 10 times, but I haven't been to Ireland from last January a year ago. So as you said, I've been in for obviously McDonald's work, gone around the country, acknowledging the people that do fantastic work in Grassroots, and obviously playing in charity golf events, that sort of stuff. So I've missed all that. It's the same here at the moment, you know. I've been involved, still involved with the academy boys at Tottenham at Spurs, but since the latest lockdown, I haven't been into training now for 5 weeks. I was lucky enough to get my first job there just over 3 weeks ago, so that frees me up. So I'll be going back in to join the boys now next week.
Grassroots football then, you know, it's so important. Everyone who's watching tonight's involved in some shape or form, and you're a big supporter of all the volunteers, aren't you?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's how much I've enjoyed going around the country on doing the regional awards over the years, meeting all the different people involved at different levels in Grassroots, and just trying to highlight just exactly the sort of work that these people do around the country to keep the kids occupied week in, week out.
And with people of all ages, our Young Volunteer of the Year award is coming up very, very shortly. And for people getting involved, you don't have to have been past your best or at the older end of the scale. You can be young and volunteer at your club and get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the great thing about the whole programme, that it involves everybody, keeps everybody involved, from the young right through to the youngest, from the old right through to the youngest. Yeah, brilliant.
I couldn't have you on, Pat, without asking you about Spurs and Arsenal. It's not going particularly well, is it?
Oh, I think all the teams are blowing hot and cold at the moment. The only one that's doing really well is Man City. They're on a fantastic run at the minute, but both Spurs and Arsenal are doing a little bit better than us at the moment. But as I say, whenever you look at Liverpool and even Everton, they're going from week to week. It's happening to everybody at the minute. But I was at one match this year. Unfortunately, it was a game the weekend that poor old my friend Ray Clements had passed away. I went to the match that week, and it was actually the Man City match when we won 2-0. And the lack of atmosphere in the ground, I mean, you just can't start to explain to people how poor it is. You know, it's just like a practice match. So we can imagine how difficult it is for the players out there. You could hear every word on the pitch, every word coming off the pitch. So it's just there are times that we've never experienced anything like that before.
Pat, listen, you know what? We really appreciate your support. Thank you, as always, for lending your support to Grassroots football right across Northern Ireland. And we hope to see you in the flesh sometime soon. Take care of yourself.
Right, no problem. Cheers, Pete. All the best to everybody. Congratulations to all the winners. Well done. Doing a great job.
The legendary Mr. Pat Jennings, absolutely first class, as always. Now we move on to our third award of the evening, and that is Young Volunteer of the Year. Now, this award recognises the contribution young people make in the community within grassroots football. The category was open to young people from 14 to 24 years of age that make a significant impact in helping to support and develop opportunities for people to participate in the local game. And so to our nominees this year, and they are Afrimeripean of Glenavon Football Club, Campbell McFaull from Coleraine Strikers, Jake Irvine, NFC Kesh Youth Football Club, Olivia McKee from the 22nd Old Boys and Ladies Football Club, Adam Donald from Carrick Rangers Football Club. The Young Volunteer of the Year for 2020 is Afrimeripean of Glenavon Football Club.
What? That is crazy. That is mad. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, first up, many congratulations. I see you're shocked.
Yeah, that is. I honestly don't really have words, Pete. I was actually thinking about how to start this interview, and I was going to say it was the last time I saw you was actually in Nice, and I was thinking coming up the interview, I was like, right, I'm going to say this, but I don't even know if it's crazy.
So Nice, by the way, was for the Euros, and you know what a great time we had. It was absolutely amazing.
Class.
But let's get to you. Obviously, this award means so much to you, and you weren't expecting it. Tell us a wee bit about what you do at Glenavon.
Basically, Pete, I take the under-11s. Me and a fella there take the under-11s, and basically, yeah, we're part of like the GDC last year, so we're actually moving up in the sort of this year in the Mid-Ulster League, but we're playing the year above. So it was a good test for the lads physically, and then with plans next year to sort of take the team into the National League, obviously up against like your Glentorns and Linfields and stuff, and we'd played a few games against the likes of Glentorn and Crusaders and stuff, and Green Island. They had a really good setup up there as well, like, so just taking sort of a role in there and taking the wee team and stuff, which is it's so good. Like, I joined coaching about 4.5 years ago, and see coming out of it and seeing what you get out of the kids, like it's so cool, because you're not only seeing the kids progressing as footballers, but as like people, if you know what I mean, like the social aspect of the sport. So it's pretty cool. You can tell that you're absolutely buzzing. You can also tell that you absolutely love what you do, and it's great to see that in your face, albeit virtually. You know, if you could really narrow it down to the thing that you love the most about what you do, what would it be? Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely seeing the kids every training session, every match. You know, you might have a good training session, but at least the kids are getting out and they're active. And we always say when the kids aren't as good in matches or in training, that they can learn from that and learn from the session, and you'll always get something to take away from the sessions or the matches. And obviously you play football to win. So if you're winning, obviously that's a positive as well. Like, so it's just seeing the kids progress as people really is the main thing for me. Because obviously they love football, so to do that in an environment where they can enjoy it, it's good to see. Like, yeah, and obviously it's been difficult, I'm sure, because you haven't had football, and kids haven't had football. How much are you looking forward to getting back? Oh, so much. We've trying to been keeping in touch with the kids and sort of doing like wee sessions, like, you know yourself, Pete, you can do them in the house and you can do them out in the street, but getting back to actually training and playing matches, like, it'll be so good to get this all behind us and just focus on, you know, having that, like, ambience of just kids enjoying football and playing matches and training, just back to routine, really. Well, listen, I'm sure the kids are busting to see you as you are busting to see them. Keep up the amazing work. Keep buzzing. So by the way, you know what? You're infectious. You're ready for it. So keep up the amazing work, and congratulations on the award this evening. Well done. Oh, thank you, Pete. Honestly, thank you. Now, that is one happy camper, and well-deserved as well. Thank you very much, Aaron Pete, for joining us, and keep up the great work at Glenavon. And to everyone at Glenavon Football Club, I'm sure you're proud of him as he is of all of you. OK, we move on to our next award this evening, and that is for the Futsal Project of the Year. And this award looks to recognise an individual or club who have championed the introduction of futsal in their community. And to this year's shortlist: CJ and Emily Jones of Afrimeripean, Chris Chambers from Glenavon, and Conor Haughian of Lurgan Town Football Club. So, to our winners. The 2020
Futsal Project of the Year is CJ and Emily Jones of Afrimeripean.
Wow.
How you doing, guys? Many congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you're going to have to tell me all about your project, all about your club. Tell us how it started and how long it's been in action.
Okay, so we started the club in 2019, and my wife and I, we love futsal. We wanted to bring a community together from different nationalities, and that hence the name Afrimeripean. So it represents Africans, Americans, and Europeans. And we wanted to kind of bring it together to create the team.
Fantastic. So you're based in the Glenavon area?
Yes, that's correct.
So I've never played futsal. I've played football, haven't played futsal. And it's growing and growing in terms of popularity, and a load of people know about it. What are the benefits of playing this game besides, well, instead of or alongside regular football?
I think it helps a lot. You get a lot of touches during the matches. So your typical 11-a-side or outside playing football, you would rarely touch the ball that much. Whereas in futsal, you touch the ball like literally almost like every 30 seconds or less than that. You touch the ball a lot. It works on defending and also attacking. So you don't have like an attacking person that doesn't want to defend, and you have to do everything together. And it's great, and it's really great for keepers too, because they get a lot of action, whether they're saving the ball or they can take some shots also. But it benefits a lot of kids and also adults too.
So Emily, tell us just a wee bit about your involvement, how much you love what you do.
So yeah, I guess, well, we both always have been like football crazy and sport mad, and then, well, living in Northern Ireland, it's always raining, and I think futsal is a great alternative to play indoors, a fast-paced game. So CJ and myself, we both really just wanted to start something fresh, something new, and to help the sport grow, to reach out to different communities within the community we live in. We have over 20 nationalities represented since the club started from all over the world, which is really cool. We have plans to sort of grow, to get some more youth involved, to get a ladies team going.
Well done, guys. Keep up the great work, and most importantly, stay safe.
Thank you.
And there you go, CJ and Emily, and we wish them every success going forward. You're watching the McDonald's Irish FA Grassroots Football Awards 2020. And now I'd like to introduce our Minister for Communities, Deirdre Haughian.
I would like to say congratulations to everyone who has been nominated for an award in the McDonald's IFA Awards today. All nominees deserve huge credit in being recognised for the work they are undertaking to make grassroots football such a success, and I hope your nomination will encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. I am pleased to see that the categories included in tonight's awards cover such a broad range of areas. The awards provide the opportunity to celebrate the importance of those involved in promoting the benefits of grassroots sports, especially in these current times. Now more than ever, those involved in grassroots sports will play a critical role as we strive to recover from the pandemic restrictions which have been imposed over this past year. There is no doubt that grassroots football will help to deliver a safe and sustainable return to sport and physical activity. When activity in sport has been at its lowest because of these restrictions, it is important that we come together to promote an active lifestyle and offer our communities the opportunities to participate in a variety of sports to help with the physical and mental well-being of all. Participation in grassroots sports, including football, can be life-changing for those involved in whatever role they choose to participate, whether that be in the team, as a coach, as a volunteer, or a referee, helping to make the sport enjoyable for all. Participation in grassroots sports can be the beginning of a pathway to sporting success for those who show talent, commitment, and a willingness to take that path. It is about continuing to break down the barriers to being active and getting into sport, regardless of ability, gender, background, or the community you come from. My department, along with Sport NI, has been pleased to work with the IFA across a range of community and grassroots programmes. We see the benefits that an active lifestyle can bring to individuals, and we will continue to support the IFA in their work where we can. In recognising people who have made a difference by delivering such a variety of projects, these awards are a great way of saying thank you to those who are clearly passionate about their role in sport and are keen to continue making a difference. So well done, and good luck to all the finalists in this year's McDonald's IFA Grassroots Football Awards.
Next this evening, we move on to our Volunteer of the Year. Now, this award recognises the countless hours that dedicated volunteers right across Northern Ireland give to help their local club and, of course, the game itself. We now have our shortlisted nominees. We caught up with them at the National Football Stadium at Windsor Park, and this is what they had to say.
I'm overjoyed. I'd like to thank the club for nominating me. The start of obviously the COVID-19 back in March, our club was at the forefront of delivering parcels. The donations from our parents was unbelievable. Sometimes I feel like a community worker, the stuff that we do in around the community. So, I mean, for me to win that award would be outstanding. Like, you know, it would be probably one of the biggest achievements that I've ever sort of got, you know, in the grassroots football.
We're needed, because if we don't do this, then there's no club and there's no football for them. So yeah, I do it because I love it. I've always loved football. It's lovely to see the club just go from strength to strength, from such a young club. Even just to be nominated was amazing. Just so humbled by it, because I was that busy nominating other people.
If you haven't got volunteers, you won't have grassroots football. And we have over 480 kids at the Youth Academy. National League teams, we have teams that play in the Harry Gregg League, and then we have teams that just play in community football. To see the kids in Ballymoney, they enjoy it. It's the love of the game, to be honest.
It's nice for volunteers to get recognised. I mean, there's thousands of volunteers all over Northern Ireland who do this sort of stuff, and if they can get recognised for it, then continue to do it. You know, it's you get into grassroots football to develop kids and get them to go as far as they can in the game. You know, that's what your aim is for, is to get them as far as that. As such, you know, it's done for, you know, the sort of pleasure you get out of seeing young boys develop for the love of their sport. You know, in any sport, to be honest, like soccer, Gaelic, or whatever, rugby, it's nice to get recognised.
Currently play for Glenavon. Used to play for Coleraine and was coached by Noel, and I'm collecting the award today for Noel Sweeney. Not only in my life, but in pretty much every child in Colerane's life, he would have played a huge part. He brought football into my life, and he would have been coaching all different age groups near every single day of the week, giving his all to the club like it was his life. Even though Noel's not with us now, his part that he played in my life will still influence my life the whole way till wherever I finish up. Now that he's getting recognition, even months after he's passed, it's nice to see. Like,
but lovely to win it, fantastic. But what I'm saying is, it's not about me; it's about the club.
Obviously, I wouldn't be sitting here without, you know, support of all the volunteers, with my family included. You know, you can't do it without that. But it would mean an awful lot. It's just to say, like, you're doing a good job here. You know, that would be fantastic.
It would mean the world. Like, there actually is no words to describe what I would do. Not even for just his family, but the whole community. He's what started the club. He's what brought it to where it is today. And even whenever he's not here with us, he's always going to be like having our backs.
I can't really put it into words how amazing it would be. It isn't why we do this, but you know, just this alone. Just very privileged.
And as you can see, all very, very worthy nominees. So we get to the winner. The 2020 Volunteer of the Year award is John Havron, Albert Foundry. John, congratulations.
Hey, Pete.
Volunteer of the Year, how does that sit with you?
Overjoyed. I think that's shocked, because I know there's a lot of volunteers out there doing the same, you know, maybe as mounted work as I am. So, yes, I'm excited.
Take us through some of that work. Just break it down, what you do for your football club.
Well, you know, I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy the thrill you get out of seeing the kids sort of putting a smile on their face. I started volunteering for Albert Foundry about 12 years ago and seen a great opportunity of working with a big club in my local area. I was in the club about 2 years and come up with the idea of starting up a junior section. And from then, really, it just exploded. The help I've got from the senior club and, of course, the academy side of it. And each year, the club continually improves. Just recently, we've got the People in Clubs accreditation from the IFA, which is a massive achievement for the club. So I'm well pleased with that. A lot of hard work put into it. And just in the last couple of weeks, we've confirmed the setup of a senior ladies team. So again, exciting times ahead for the club.
Absolutely, and obviously you work with the kids. I mean, how many young people are we talking about here?
257.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot of organising. I'm sure you miss all of them at this time, because as much as they miss you.
Yes, 100%, Pete. Some of the coaches have been doing wee things with the kids, obviously on Zoom meetings and stuff like that. But of course, I've got a wee break from football as well, so it's letting us concentrate more on sort of stuff. There's bigger stuff happening in the club, so we haven't stopped. Just keep on working away.
Yeah, you talk about bigger stuff for the club. Tell us about Paisley Park, because there's an injection of money coming. What are you doing with it?
Hopefully good things. Yes, Pete, I'm one of the directors on the board, and Albert Foundry Football Club is a lead partner in the project. We're in the process of actively seeking significant investment for the complex. When this project, it's going to be massive for the surrounding area, and it's hoped that we can bring the facility back to its glory days when Paisley Park used to be one of the major sporting complexes back in the day. The complex currently sits sort of on an old McKee's recreational sort of ground, just off the West Circular Road, close to the Springfield Road. So it's a lot of hard work ahead of us, but looking forward to getting the hands dirty and mucking in.
And just put into words, just how do you feel right now? You've got this award. How much does it mean to you?
Wee bit embarrassed because it's just not about me. It's about the work that the people around me does at Albert Foundry. Doesn't go unnoticed as well. So this award just isn't for me. It's for them as well. We've got a great bunch of coaches and stuff like that. Makes it easy. So yes, a wee bit embarrassed that I've won it, but listen, I've won it, and brilliant. Happy days.
Well, listen, keep up the amazing work. Many congratulations. Well done.
Cheers, Pete. Thank you.
So there you have our volunteer of the year. Absolutely first class. And he's a Liverpool fan too. Top man. You're watching the McDonald's Irish FA Grassroots Football Awards 2020. We're going to move on with our show this evening, and it's going to take us to the training facilities at Manchester United and the women's manager there, Casey Stoney. Evening, Casey. How you doing?
Evening, I'm well, thank you.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a big night of celebration for everyone involved in grassroots football. You've come through the system yourself. How important are the people watching this evening?
I think these nights are so brilliant because we get to celebrate all the fantastic people that make the game happen. I was a young player that played grassroots, as every other probably professional player does. We come through a system that doesn't happen without those volunteers and those relentless hours, going above and beyond to make sure we have safe spaces for our young people to play and have fun and enjoy the game that we all love.
So listen, not everyone moves from being a player into management. We'll get to management in a second, but your playing career was phenomenal. Your international career was incredible. And where the international sort of lineup is for women now is totally different from whenever you started. I mean, the evolution of women's football is incredible. Can you put into words just how good that transition's been and how much it should have always been that way?
I think obviously I've been in the game a long time, amassed quite a few caps for England over a long time.
Just 100 odd?
Yeah, yeah. But over the last 10 years, I have to say the women's game has evolved so much. And you look at the 2019 World Cup and the interest around that, and the game has just gone from strength to strength in terms of the league, especially here over in England. I can only speak for that, but the interest is there now and it's growing. We've got a professional league, we've got professional players, and I never ever dreamed that that would happen when I was a little girl, because it just wasn't possible.
And just in terms of your role at Manchester United, are you enjoying being a manager?
Do you know what? I love it. As stressful and as hard as it is, because, you know, you don't know as a player what goes on the other side. And I thought it was hard as a player. It's 10 times as hard as a manager, but I love it. I get to do the next best thing to playing, which is coaching and managing, you know, a fantastic team. And, you know, we're doing okay this season. So, you know, it comes with its highs and its lows, but, you know, we're doing okay.
As a football fan, I'm so intrigued by how managers work and how they get the best out of their players. And each player maybe needs a different approach.
Yeah, and I think that's the part, isn't it? It's knowing your people. Yes, they're players and I've got staff members, but it's knowing your people. It's knowing where they've come from, their experiences, what shapes them. And then, you know, if you know what their motivations are and what their drivers are, you know, who needs an arm around the shoulder, who needs a bit more of a critical feedback, when they need support, when they're up, when they're down. But ultimately, you got to care about them as people, and that's how you get the best out of them.
I noticed on your Instagram, you know, you accept responsibility when the team loses. And you know, there's managers out there who hang their players out to dry. I know maybe that's not your approach, and not saying that's the right approach or the wrong approach, but certainly to put yourself out there and just accept full responsibility, that must be tough at times.
I'm the head coach of this team. You know, it's my game plan. It's my way of playing, my way of pressing. It's my way of playing in possession, out of possession. So I have to take responsibility when we lose, and I heap the credit on the players and the staff when we win, because that's the way it should be. Internally, we have those more extreme discussions around how we could be better and more accountability internally. But I think externally, it's always my job to take responsibility as the head coach of this club.
Has it turned out as you imagined it would be?
I don't think anyone can prepare you, you know, for the bits you have to do off the grass in terms of the management of people and the different situations that come every single day, and the way you have to firefight, the way you have to manage different personalities and the issues that you face. But it's been a very steep rise in terms of this is our third year, and we're competing up in the top 3 at the moment. So I'm very proud of where we've come and what we've done. But I'm also very ambitious, and I know there's a long way to go.
Well, we wish you every success. Now, our Northern Ireland women's team are going to play the Lionesses next week. We're very excited for the game. Women's football in Northern Ireland has come on leaps and bounds, and we're on the cusp, fingers crossed, of qualifying for our first major tournament. What are you expecting from the match?
Well, first of all, I think Kenny's done a great job. I really do. I think you've got some talented players in there. I think it'll be a tough game. I think Northern Ireland will not, you know, roll over for England. I think they'll make it very difficult for England in terms of breaking them down. They've got threats going forward that, you know, they can be very physical as well. So I'm really looking forward to an exciting game, and I think it'll be a good competitive game, considering it's a friendly.
And just before I let you go, you know, for anyone watching this right now who has aspirations of making it to your level, what advice would you give them?
Unfortunately, it's boring. It's about hard work. Whether you want to play or whether you want to coach, you know, you have to learn what you're doing. Whether you're a player, it's about practice, hard work, diligence, learning your game. And when you coach, I've been coaching since I was 18, you know, and I've been doing that alongside my playing career because I wanted to learn to be the best. Am I the best? No. Do I make mistakes? Yeah. And I think mistakes are actually the things that make you. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of going out there and failing, because it's the failure that you learn from the best and that makes you. So, you know, work hard. Don't be afraid to fail, you know, and just learn as much as you possibly can.
Casey, it's been lovely chatting to you tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us this evening, and wishing you continued success.
Thanks for having me.
Now, on to our next award this evening, and that is for Club of the Year. Now, this award is for Irish FA accredited clubs that deserve special recognition for the work that they do. With this award, the Irish FA and McDonald's seek to recognise the clubs who have shown strong growth and progress in their community, both on and off the pitch. And so, to our shortlist. Take a look at this.
I've been involved in the 22nd from I was 14, now 45, so I've been there over 30 years. We're not doing it just for the sake of doing it. We're doing it to try and help our community, help those within our club and their wider families.
Currently chairman, but I've been in every role from player to chairman.
Without grassroots football, where are they going to play? We don't hold trials. Anybody that wants to play football can come and play football, making them feel part of a club, part of a community. We just do it for the love of the club.
I think for myself and the club, the biggest thing that we can be proud of is the support network we've created, not only for the people involved within the club, but everyone outside it as well. We've made it known that anyone's available to talk to, and for me at this time, I think that goes beyond anything else. It's just being that ear, voice, and anything as simple as a laugh or a smile to somebody at this point is crucial and can really make a difference.
There's only 500 people plus in the village, only going now 3 years. First year we had 60 kids, last year we had 85 kids, and this year we're over 100. We work together and work best as a team when we are all together. We are a family. The kids all love being together. You can see that, and when we go to small-sided games, they jump out of the cars and everyone knows they're coming because they're singing Dance Monkey coming up the car park, and they know who they are before they see them. Win, lose or draw, small-sided games, they all go home singing, and that's the main thing. They enjoy it, and so we enjoy it. We bounce off them the way they bounce off us.
Why I do it, just to see the smile in the kids' faces. Doesn't matter, as many coaches will tell you, you see them smiling and they come up and they throw the arms out. At the end of the game, whether they've got a wee goal or they've got the win, that's what it's all about.
Have a partnership, I think like McDonald's do with the IFA, and being able to actually give everyone else those awards and that recognition, and for them to do that, it's for me and the club, it's a massive well done to them to actually support that as well.
For McDonald's and Irish FA to recognise us is massive for us. It gives us a boost in confidence, and it just refreshes you. It just lets you know why you're doing it.
To win the national award would be, having seen what other clubs are doing as well, would be fantastic for us and fantastic for progress.
It would be brilliant. Because we are a relatively small club, it would be great to see that you don't have to be playing at the highest standard. You don't have to be thousands of kids in your club, about doing things right, doing it because it is all about them. It is nice to get the recognition. We'd do it anyhow without the award.
When I was told about this, the guys will tell you I had tears in my eyes when they told me. I was so proud. It meant everything to me, never mind the club. National awards would be absolutely amazing. For our club to be recognised in this way will give the children and the adults alike a sense of pride and accomplishment.
An incredible shortlist, and well done to each and every club that has been shortlisted this year. But to the winner, and the winner of the 2020 Club of the Year award is Draperstown Celtic Football Club. Chairman Paul!
Yeah.
I've got a habit of speaking to you tonight.
Oh, it's brilliant, Pete. Brilliant. Cannot believe it. Cannot believe it.
The thing about a football club, like any club, there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes, and unless you're involved in the committee or the chairman like yourself, people have an idea, but unless you're really involved, right in the background, people don't realise how much work goes into it. Just give us a quick snapshot of the work that you and your committee do.
Well, it's everything from the governance to child welfare to funding to pitch allocation to it's non-stop. As you say, people just see the end result on a Saturday or at the training. They don't understand, well, understand might be too strong word, but they don't see all the stuff behind the scenes. Like all our volunteers give about 175 to 200 voluntary hours a week. Well, pre-COVID they did. So, but it is a mammoth task, and it takes the full committee and all our volunteers to get this far.
And obviously all the committee and all the volunteers are watching this evening. Is there anything you would like to say to them?
Yeah, to every single member, every player, committee member, helper, thank you very much. After all, it is your club. It's not our club, it's your club.
Now, you've been working hard. We spoke about inclusivity earlier. Well done on that award as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you've also got your People in Clubs accreditation. Tell us a wee bit about that.
Yeah, it's, as you said, it's the new standard as such to aim for, and we started doing it last year, and it's tough going. There's 40 different criteria split into 3 groups, so it's a lot of gathering all the information in one place so that the guys can see you are doing what you say you're doing. And we're delighted we passed So thanks Gavin Nelson of the AFA for all his help, and got 4 commendations as well. So very very pleased with it. Very well pleased.
Club of the Year, some accolade. Is it sinking into you? Is it sinking in?
Just a wee bit for well, we would call ourselves a wee club, up in the other side of Magherafelt. So west of the Ban. It's brilliant to get recognition. It's nice to see people think we're doing things the best we can, and that's all we ever want. As Ryan mentioned earlier, if you want to be able to send your child to a club, you like to know it's well run, and that's what we're aiming for. So we just absolutely don't. Can't believe it still.
Well, congratulations, thoroughly deserved. Congratulations to you, all your committee, all the players and everybody associated with Draperstown Celtic Football Club. Congratulations, you are Club of the Year.
Thank you very much, Pete. Brilliant, yes.
What a smile that man has, what a smile. Unbelievable. Congratulations once again, Draperstown Celtic Football Club, 2020 Club of the Year. You're watching the McDonald's Irish FA Grassroots Football Awards 2020. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. We are coming up to the Wes Gregg Coach of the Year Award very, very shortly. But before we get to our nominees and our winner, we welcome the Northern Ireland manager, Ian Barraclough. Evening, Ian.
How you doing, Pete? You okay?
I'm very well, thank you very much. How are you doing? How are you getting on through these COVID times?
Good. Batting away. At least I'm able to go to 1 or 2 games. So although the atmosphere is not there, the feeling of going to a game and watching it live is something that many people aren't getting to do. So I find myself in a very fortunate position in that respect.
So for Northern Ireland fans like myself, we cannot wait for the qualification campaign to kick off. It's Italy. It's going to be a tough one. I'm sure you're excited.
Yeah, as it gets closer and closer, you're watching. I'm watching plenty of footage from the Italians, trying to watch individual players, second guessing who they might select in their squad. But they've obviously got a whole host of players they can call upon. Ourselves, we're trying to find hungry young players to go and add to the group from time to time, and try and build on the shoots of the squad that we had in September, October, November, and try and add to those senior players that will bring the younger ones along.
And talking to the squad, obviously you're in regular contact with the lads. How are they all getting on? I mean, there's our captain is getting rave reviews from Stephen Gerrard. There's a lot of good things going on individually for members of the squad.
I think so, and strikers have been scoring from time to time as well, and that'll be interesting as we get down to the next few weeks in actually selecting the squad. I want to pick players who are playing regularly at their clubs. You look at the captain. You've mentioned Davo. He could be in line for Player of the Year in Scotland, which would be fantastic. His performances are at such a level. He's maintained that throughout the years, and he's gone to Scotland, and he's really flourishing.
For you personally, because we are about to announce the Coach of the Year, and being a coach is a challenging job. How challenging is it for you, particularly, taking on your role in these times in which we're living?
Well, it is, because you'd like more contact with the players for a start. I'd want my role to be more than just on the end of a phone. I'd like to go and see them at the training grounds. I'd like to sit and have a coffee with them and pick their brains that way, make sure they're okay. They know that I'm desperate to find out what's going on in their lives, in their footballing lives, what makes them tick, and it's not the same on a Zoom call or a telephone call, but it's something that I've enjoyed staying in touch with them. I've enjoyed monitoring them, and then when we have been able to get together, September, October, and November, as I've alluded to, were fantastic for me to try and get to know them better, to try and allow them to know me more, and the little changes that we are making, are something that's hopefully going to take the team forward positively.
We're going to get into the shortlist of our Coach of the Year award very, very shortly. But for everyone who's watching this evening, a lot of which are involved in grassroots football, for those aspiring coaches out there, what advice do you have for them?
Well, I think they are definitely the heartbeat of Northern Irish football. I think we've all started at some stage working with our local coaches, our schools coaches, our our local teams, and if it wasn't for those grassroots coaches, many of us playing involved in professional football wouldn't be at the stages where we are now. I know that the lads that we speak to, the likes of Davo have mentioned, Stuart Dallas, the Evans brothers, that they all started at a level where the grassroots coaches were an integral part of where they are now, and without them, the professional game wouldn't be the same. So for those coaches and for more that are looking to get involved in it, it's up to us, the Irish FA, to encourage those coaches to come through and give them the best possible platform.
And for the nominees this evening, there's only one winner who we're going to get to very, very shortly. But in terms of them taking, the nomination or winning the accolade and pushing on to the next level, how difficult is it to do that? And what would you say to them in terms of taking on another step?
Well, people have said it before me. I think that all those people that are involved in the grassroots coaching side of things, to get up on it, whether it's an early Saturday morning, a Sunday morning, make sure everything's right for the kids to go and showcase their talents, to improve their talents. Lashing down with rain, it might be snowing, it might be cold, wind, but without doubt they are the heroes. They get up in the morning, they go and facilitate the grassroots players to go and play, to try and get better, and they're all winners in our eyes in that respect. But this award is to showcase that the highly rated ones, those that are deemed the best in their category in their year, and I've looked at some of the nominations for this year, and there's some exceptional stories, and it's what football's all about, really. Us at the professional level are always looked at as being the ones at the top, but I think sometimes these grassroots coaches get overlooked.
And it always gives us an opportunity each year at these awards to remember our esteemed colleague Wes Gregg. Yes, still very much thought of and missed by everyone at the Irish Football Association, and the Gregg family have been synonymous with Northern Irish football, and that continues with things like this coaching award in his name is something that is very close to our hearts. Yeah. Well, listen, Ian, thank you so much for joining us. I'm not going to ask you for a prediction when it comes to the Italy match. I wouldn't do that. I'd just like to say, on behalf of all the fans, good luck. I can't wait to see the team together again, and fingers crossed we can surprise a few countries. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave the predictions up to you, Pete. You're the expert. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Thanks, Ian. Cheers. Thank you. Northern Ireland football manager, Ian Barraclough. OK, we move on to the Wes Gregg Coach of the Year Award. And this award recognises the outstanding contribution of a coach at grassroots club or fun football provider. Someone who encourages people starting, staying or succeeding in football through high quality coaches. And here come our shortlist.
Grassroots football is where it all starts. I've been involved now in the local club ever since I stopped playing football, 7-8 years ago. It gets the kids active, it gets them out of the house, gets them off the computer, gets them off the streets, meet new friends. They're leaving with smiles on their faces. And to say they're developing not just their football, but life's journey. They're always learning.
From the early stages at grassroots, AFA, small set of games, I'm a firm believer in giving kids memories. I've taken them over to Glasgow Rangers Academy, participated in a cross-community tournament in Mayo. The club's played an important part in our community. We were delivering prescriptions to local residents, food parcels. The club has been, very active during lockdown.
We as a club, we grow from having basically just one group of 15 kids into having 110, 120 players. Being a coach is something I always wanted to be. I like to try to help people develop to their best, try to help them become better technically, tactically, and also being better people. A lot of good things can happen if you have a good coach.
I've been coaching for so long now at the grassroots level, and from my experience alone, I just want to keep driving forward and keep progressing as a coach. Started at under 9 level, and now at the moment I'm in coaching with the senior ladies, the under 19s, and just whoever needs a hand, and the underage as well. My first training session, there was 30 max girls between under 9 and under 15, and now at the minute there's nearly 100 registered underage players. I love the girls game and I want to see it grow. And I just want to keep continuing to help it grow and give girls in our community the chance to be better and live their dream.
So without the grassroots there would be no players coming through to go on and be professionals, and without the coaches and the volunteers and the parents of that age group, you wouldn't have people to go on to progress to become professionals and play at international level. It's good to see it now turning into a career, and girls from Northern Ireland making their way over waters and playing professionally is just good role models for everybody over here.
For McDonald's to offer up these grassroots awards, it gives a little bit back to the coaches for all their free time that they are giving up. You know, it's not just 1-2 hours a day, it's some don't see what goes on behind the scenes too, so there is a lot of work goes on, but as I say, it's not for recognition, but it does help.
Yes, it's not a win, like everybody wants to be appreciated for the work, but I know that this award is not just for my own work, but there's a lot of people also helping me with developing the futsal in Northern Ireland, which we are like pioneers in the futsal. And yes, I was happy. When I got the phone call, I was happy. Yes.
It's amazing. There's people actually thinking about me, and it makes me want to work that much harder now.
And all them cold nights standing outside, it doesn't seem worth it then, but when you get awards like this, it definitely puts everything into perspective for you. Definitely would be a shock. I wouldn't have expected it, but it would be something, probably my proudest moment in my coaching career so far.
No, I think it's really important for obviously people like myself that do put in all that hard work, and somebody even took the time to want to nominate me. You know, that in itself is a reward for me. Anything above and beyond what I receive now, you know, would just be an added bonus. But this in itself, you know, is a nice recognition and for me in my coaching journey.
And so to our winner, the winner of the 2020 Wes Gregg Coach of the Year Award is Rachel Rogers, Mid-Ulster Ladies. And Rachel joins us now. Hello, Rachel.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Many congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm very, very shocked, very surprised.
So tell us about your route into coaching. First off, what age are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20. And how long have you been coaching now?
Probably roughly about 4 years.
All right, okay. What got you into coaching? What was it that made you think this is exactly what I want to do?
I always really enjoyed playing football, and I always kind of thought coaching would be really interesting, but probably when I turned 16, I done my grassroots course, and then ever since then I just got involved as I could, and I really, really enjoyed it.
And you've gone through the ranks really quickly.
Yeah, pretty quickly. I done my level 1 in grassroots, very close together, and then last year I done the first bit of my B licence and hopefully get the second bit finished very soon.
And what's the thing you love most about coaching?
I quite enjoy coaching the younger age groups, so from P1 up to P7, I really enjoy that age group. I love seeing the kids come back every week and the smile on their face, and it's overall good crack and it's fun to watch.
And in terms of player management, because so much rests with the coach, it's not just about tactics, but it's about getting the best out of your players. So how do you work that in terms of, because everyone's different. Some people need an arm around them and some people need to kick up the backside. What way do you work it?
You kind of need to know your players and know the kids you're working with, so you have to build a relationship with them, and like you said, you know, some of them need an arm around the shoulder, and you have to kind of know what way to deal with certain kids. So it's all about building that relationship with them and just making sure they're having fun as well, because if they're not having fun, they're not going to come back.
Now, times have changed over this last lot of years in terms of inclusivity, and women's football has come to the fore, which is fantastic. Do you feel now that there's more opportunity for you in the game than perhaps there would have been a lot of years ago?
Yeah, definitely, and that's down to the success of the women's international team. They've helped boost women's football in Northern Ireland massively, so there definitely is a future for women in coaching now, more so than ever. So it's a great time to be a coach. And
tell us about your club, because I know McDonald's in Cookstown help you guys out.
Yeah. Our club are very close with McDonald's in Cookstown, and it's worked really well for us, to be honest. We run a number of coaching programs, and McDonald's back us all the way. So without them, really, a lot of our programs wouldn't be possible.
And just in terms of the club, how many teams have you got going on, and what's the club's ambition? Where's the club going?
We have about 3 or 4 teams at the minute. We're not a huge club, but we're building in numbers, especially from COVID has happened. Our numbers have increased. So hopefully in the next few years, we can keep building and build a large base of girls in the Mid Ulster area.
And you're only 20, all right? So what's your hopes, dreams and aspirations for the future?
Well, as I said, hopefully I would just like to continue up the coaching ladder and kind of see where it takes me. I have no real plans. I'm just kind of going with the flow at the moment.
All right. Well, here, listen, many, many, many congratulations. Keep up the great work, and I'm sure you're busting to get back on the football pitch very soon.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Well done. Congratulations, our Coach of the Year.
Thank you very much.
So here we are, it's the final award of the evening, and it's the People's Award for Outstanding Contribution to Grassroots Football. Now, this award recognises the outstanding contribution that an individual has made to football in their local community and beyond. And this year's finalists are Billy O'Flaherty, MBE, Carnini Amateur and Youth Football Club, and William Shanks, Ridgeway Rovers Football Club and County Down Select. We caught up with this year's contenders, and here's what they had to say.
My name is William O'Flaherty. I'm with Carnini Amateur and Youth Football Club, and I'm up for the People's Award.
My name is Billy Shanks. My nickname's the Dog. I've been in football many years.
Next year will be 45 years I've been involved in grassroots football nearly every day of the week, and the only day maybe I'm not playing football maybe is on a Sunday, and on a Sunday I'm usually writing the match reports etc. for the newspapers.
Well, the role I have in Ridgeway started off with, they were starting an under-12 team. My job was to get players in. I was a scout for Sonneron for 10 years, and I got a lot of players over. One being Stuart Dallas. It's great to see kids getting over the English.
I remember lots of players. I grew up in Ballymena. I played alongside in youth football Nigel Withington, who's a former manager of Northern Ireland. Michael O'Neill played for one of our rival teams, but Michael, they all came through grassroots football. If it wasn't for grassroots football, where would those people have been?
The reason I did it was everybody with the knowledge of football should be in there, getting these kids, learning these kids all about football, what's it all about, try and make it their dream.
Well, whenever I come out here, I don't know if you can see behind me or not the rain that's coming down behind me. Whenever you see that on a Saturday morning, you still go out and do it. I don't know why we do it, but there's so many people out there in all weathers. Money is hard, it's not easy getting finance anybody to back things now, so it's great to see that a big company like McDonald's are putting money into football.
This award's nice, yes, but you have to do it with the heart. If you haven't got the heart for it, don't do it.
That would be nice. It would be nice not just for me, of course, but not only for my family, but it would be nice for the people involved in our club, all the people who do everything involved in the club and have helped me down through the years.
If I win the national award, it'll be something I'll treasure for the rest of my life.
So here we go. The winner of the McDonald's Irish FA People's Award for Outstanding Contribution to Grassroots Football 2020 is the winner of this lovely award, Billy O'Flaherty, MBE. It's you.
Hey!
Many, many congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How do you feel right now?
Oh, it's a bit hard to sort of take it sort of in because you've only just said there now, Jay, but no, I'm delighted.
So listen, you've been involved in football for a long time, over 4 decades.
Yeah, a long time. You wouldn't think it was that old, but yeah, over 45 years. 45 years since myself and my mate started our own football team in the street we lived. So I'm still running teams for over 45 years later. Yeah.
So that football team you started in the street was?
Oh, Crescent Strollers, a team in the local house estate in Harryville and Ballymena. It was the first team we started way back in the mid-70s. We ran it ourselves because there were no parents wanting to run the team.
And you've been a founding member of many teams since that, including the first female football team in the Ballymena area.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Ballymena is women's soccer as well as men's soccer, youth football, and as I say, now we're starting to run a veterans team as well. So.
Brilliant stuff. Why do you do it?
I sometimes ask myself that, but no, as I enjoy football. I've always loved the game. It's definitely it's a good hobby to have, and it's something worthwhile that you can take part in get involved in the local community and helping young people get young people off the street playing football.
And while you talk about the local community, I mean, let's face it, you do a lot of stuff outside football. You even got yourself an MBE.
Oh, that was some time ago. Yeah, that was working with the community with different groups. Yeah, that was working with the various different communities. It wasn't just football, so that's why it'd be nice getting this as well, because this is solely about football, something that I love, something that I'm involved in. But the MBE was nice, of course it was, but that was for working various different types of things in the community, not just with football. So
what's next? You talk about this veterans team.
Yeah, well, we have a team going. It's we have a few older teams. We've been playing a few games lately now too. It seems to be the way forward, but unfortunately, with what's going on at the minute, we can't really get involved much. But it was going well until the COVID thing started. But yeah, the veterans team is good. It's we have a lot of older players who. I'm trying to get them involved in coaching, but they still think there's another game in them. They still think they should be playing. So it's we have a few older teams over 50s, over 60s, etc. With some people even older than that playing. So it's enjoyable.
Now, there's a vast array of people watching tonight, people who are involved in grassroots football, but just by chance, we've got some people watching it this evening who aren't involved on the ground with grassroots football. What would you say to them in terms of getting involved with their local club?
Well, very much. Listen, the clubs out there need people, especially now. The clubs need people. So if you're doing nothing and you're short of something to do, or you're maybe just recently retired, which I've been finding getting a lot of people who are maybe just recently retired from their previous work, get involved, get back in. Sure, what else are you going to be doing or hanging about around in the street? So, as I say, the clubs out there need people. So rather than sitting about with nothing to do, twiddling your thumbs, get involved with the local club, as I say, and no, I would say get out there and help your local clubs.
Good man. Well, listen, keep up the amazing work. Hopefully, we'll be through the COVID situation ASAP, and you can get back to doing what you do best. Well done, Billy, and we'll get this award to you ASAP. All right, keep up the great work. Congratulations. Well done. So that is almost it for this evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But before we leave you, a few words now from the CEO of the Irish FA, Patrick Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a very quick word from me to say thank you very much for taking part in a truly unique McDonald's Grassroots Awards ceremony. I think we can all agree that we're living through very, very strange times at this point, but the passion for grassroots football right across this country has not dimmed one iota. The nominees and the winners in every category tonight show that our game is alive and kicking. And I, like you and like almost everyone else in our country, just can't wait to get back on the parks, the pitches, the training grounds, etc. as soon as possible. In the meantime, stay safe, look after one another, and a huge thank you to our partners at McDonald's for supporting the heartbeat of football in Northern Ireland for so long. We really appreciate this partnership and we look forward to it continuing for many years. Thank you very much and good night to everyone.
Thank you very much, Patrick. And that concludes our evening. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Many, many congratulations to all our winners and all our nominees. And many thanks to you for watching. Everyone in some shape or form watching this evening has an association with grassroots football right across Northern Ireland. You do amazing work, and hopefully once we get over the back of COVID, you can continue that amazing work and get involved with your local club, McDonald's, fun football and small-sided games as well. For now, thank you very much for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the flesh sometime soon, but in the meantime, stay safe, take care, good night.